It's Thursday night. It says we're live. I'm here. You're beautiful. That means it's time, baby, for GotBot Goes live. Of course, I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe them while you're at it. Light them up, baby. And hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all of the groups that I am either a mod or an admin for. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. And of course, check me out all across social media. All those links and more down in the description below. And oh man, what a week it's been. Oh, wait till I tell you. I almost long for the days of 2020. That's how this year is going so far. Hope you guys are having a great week, because it has been wild and woolly around here for sure. I'm just going to get things set up here as you guys come in. We got a bunch of news to cover. We don't have any pickups, but I do have something I want to talk about, and I'll explain why I don't have any pickups. Let's see here. By the way, thanks everybody for taking part in the vote for the countdown that's going to come up this Monday. Tomorrow, midnight, Friday, midnight, is going to be the last opportunity to vote. But already we are over, I think, 320 votes so far, and still climbing. Hey, Waluigi. Hey, Input. Happy to see you, buddy. Hey, Dragonfly, I'm glad that you're here, my friend. Fish Strength and Fitness, happy to see you, my friend. Ultra Marcus, hey, look at that. The one and only Ultra Marcus. Everybody knows, and if you don't know, you should know. Ultra Marcus does stop motion with G1 offerings, G1 characters. It's pretty wild. Check it out if you haven't already. Must be late where you are, Marcus, man. We go down. Hey, Blue Raccoon, happy to see you. A Predacon jungle. Hey, Jimzilla, happy to see you here, my friend. Hey, Nathaniel. What do I think about Fans Toys version of Power Master Optimus Prime from Armada? I don't like Fans Toys, so I don't think it's great. I think it looks great, and I think it's over-engineered and not the best. I'm not a Fans Toys guy, but it looks beautiful. I give credit where credit is due. Or do you mean Fans Hobby? Because I think Fans Hobby knocks it out of the ballpark. But we're going to talk about all that in a little bit. Hey, Ken, happy to see you. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this down. Okay, so first things first, I don't have any pickups this week. We're going to talk about a couple of things in a few minutes, but I don't actually have any pickups this week because it's funny how quickly things change. I've been watching the world still dealing with, everything gone sideways. And I've been saying for a long time that we've had 0 cases here and that everything has been okay. And I think right now we're over 200 because somebody didn't isolate that was supposed to isolate. And it kind of grew from there. Anyway, as it stands, I myself and my family have to isolate. Don't worry. Tests have been done. They're negative. But I mean, you gotta follow the course, right? Which means I can't get out to get things, and a lot of things are shut down here again. I do have my Kingdom Megatron pre-order that I assume it's not in yet. Some Studio Series 86 stuff, not so much pre-ordered, but I had a store kind of looking for it for me. Again, I doubt that's going to happen right now. And apparently things are kind of expected to stay the way they are until the 26th of February. So come on, mail, because I still got some stuff coming in the mail. It's just none of it has arrived yet, including, but not limited to, God Neptune. He is on the way, thanks to Crimson Raptors. Barricade and Punch Counterpunch, thanks to Input. That means I'm going to have 2 Punch Counterpunch. So one of them will probably be done as a giveaway. I'll probably give away a Punch Counterpunch. And the other one is the X2 Toys XT009 upgrade, finally, for the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. That upgrade, along with that Magnus and the PC 17, I think it is, upgrade. I'm not in for the Kingdom Magnus. I'm not in for the Siege Magnus. That is now my ideal perfect Magnus. I don't need any more. It's as simple as that. Would I like to review it? Sure. But personally, I don't need any more. So that's kind of where things stand there. Update. So because I'm going to be home, and I'm not sure if it's so strange. Like, there's so much I'm not sure of that I'm asking questions about. Like, I don't know if my isolation is supposed to last till tomorrow or till next Friday. It's wild. But my hope is during this time, while I'm working on some things, I really hope to get the season finale, the 2-part season finale of Universal Collision done. There's a couple of 100 characters in it. There, in episode 12, there is some setup and some exposition for sure at the beginning. But then once they get on the planet Orocris, things are going to go kind of wild bonkers from there, because everybody is trying to get to the Chamber of the Oracle, which was previously known as the Well of All Sparks, because that's kind of where everything is going to come together in episode 13 and round out this season. When we go into season 3, it won't be done like season 1 and 2 was. As I do an episode, I will do it, finish it, and we'll kind of put it up and go from there, because I've gotten a lot of delays, man, over the last couple of years trying to get this season done because it was so big. Plus, subsequent seasons won't be as huge as what this one was. I also plan to look at Rat Trap next week and Vertebrake. Everybody is blown away by the Rat Trap, and I don't get it. I'm going to tell you now, I don't think it's very good. I really don't. And if you saw my Cheetor that went up yesterday, it's not that great. And tomorrow's Black Arachnia. I'm going to tell you now, as beautiful as what she is, there's a lot of problems with her and a trend that I find really disturbing, man. So Kingdom, not knocking it out of the ballpark. I got to be real honest. Everybody had me really built up, and I'm not that impressed with the line based on Wave 1. Really not. Plus, they're gone up in price. Well, the deluxes are gone up in price. Like, I'm not in for it, honestly. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully the Studio Series 86 stuff is better once that arrives. I guess we'll see. I'm going to check with you guys because I know that there's a lot of people who have come in here. Mixed bag, man. Mixed bag. Whoa, 2309 there. Yeah, so it's late. It's 1109. Yeah. I'm glad, Marcus, that you came by, man. I really appreciate it. Hey, Cato, look at that. We have a star in our midst. Cato. I always love when Cato comes by. I appreciate him and all that he gives our community. Let's see as we go down here. Hey, Triple R, happy to see you as well. We all know what Triple R gives our community, which is an awful lot of seekers. Load of seekers, man. Load of seekers. As we go down here. Hey, Zakamo. Ooh, what a great name, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. As we go down here. Penderdrill. It's a nice name, too. I like your logo, too, man. I'm almost done with animated Decepticon questions. Blue Raccoon has been working on a lot of questions, man. A lot of questions. Hey, Noah. As we go down here. Parlez le français? D'accord, mais pourquoi voulez-vous que je continue toute l'émission cette nuit dans le français ou quoi? There you go. A little bit of French. It's 3 here in LA. Oh, man, all over the world. So far, the Voyagers have been the best part of Wave 1 of Kingdom. Yes, I agree. Absolutely agree. But I don't have the Beast Megs. You're right. Fish, Strength, and Fitness, I 100% agree. I like the figures I've gotten from Kingdom. Good. I'm glad that you do Triple R, but like everybody had me built up. This is why I try to avoid stuff until I have it in hand, because everybody had me built up like they're amazing, they're awesome. Cheetors, the original Beast Wars is better, and Black Arachnia, I mean, she might kick forward 30 degrees, maybe. To me, this day and age, that's unforgivable, especially since here they're $32.99. except for Warpath, I got him super duper cheap, which was great. But the going MSRP is $32.99. Like, Black Arachnia is beautiful, but she's not worth taxing. She's not worth $35. It's just, I don't know, man. It is what it is, right? Seekers, no sweeps. Nice. Hey, Michael. Buddy, I barely remember yesterday. But I'm glad that you're here. The whole thing. Toute l'émission aujourd'hui en français. Wow, c'est beaucoup. No, je pense pas. I don't think I will. And here's why. I know that there are people that watch the show that English is their second language. I don't throw French in and confuse them as well. So far, Deluxe Kingdom has not impressed me too much. No, she doesn't. Only got Warpath, Cyclonus, and Black Arachnia, and that's all I want from Wave. You know what? Honestly, Triple R, like, I get Black Arachnia because she embodies the character so beautifully. I get it, man. I totally get it. Warpath and Cyclonus, I would say, are probably two of the absolute best from the wave. Now, Stop Motion Reviewer, I'm glad Stop Motion Reviewer is here because Stop Motion Reviewer, you mentioned something to me about Cheetor's chest. Now, if you mean the chest in robot mode, the headlock's in just fine. If you mean in cat mode, I'm going to talk about that now, and I didn't realize it when I done the review, but I realized it after. The shoulders have a little pin on one side and a big pin on the other side. If the big pin is facing forward, then when you push the shoulders in, they won't quite go in enough to close the chest properly. The little pin, from what I've discovered, at least on my copy, needs to be facing forward for the shoulders to go in flush all the way and make the chest easy to close. I should have mentioned that in the review, but I didn't even realize there was a difference until after the fact. I don't know if that's what Stop Motion Reviewer was talking about when he talked to me about it, but if that's what it is, then I got you, man. I'm confused by Canadian currency and United States currency. What is 32 Canadian in US dollars? I don't know. Go and put in CAD to USD and put in $32 and see what it comes out to be in US right now. I don't know. Let's see. You know what? Let's do it right here. Let's do it right now. I'm going to do it with you guys right now because I do it often. Because sometimes I do buy things from the US. I do it strategically, and I buy it when the injury or I try to do it strategically, and I do it when the exchange rate is most beneficial to me. Let's see right now. So right now, $32.99 is in US dollars. Oh, that wasn't right. $32.99 in US dollars is $25.96 plus tax. Like we pay significantly more here. Even if you go with the $23.99 that you guys are paying for deluxes, we're paying more based on the exchange rate. It's ridiculous. Hope that answered it for you, Stop Motion Reviewer. Trying to decide if I want deluxe sweeps or Voyager sweeps. What? I did hear about a sweep listing, but we'll talk about that in a little bit too. I would say go with Voyager. If you have a Voyager Scourge, go with Voyager sweeps. Warpath from Kingdom is meh. Warpath from Kingdom is better than most of Kingdom. It's way better than anything that's Beast Wars, except for maybe Primal Megs. I can't speak to them, but any of the deluxes or the core, the Warpath is infinitely better than any of them. Beasts suck. I have some Canadian coins I found in my school 2 years ago. That's wild. This is why my last year of collecting. Yeah, a lot of people are saying this is their last year collecting, which is okay because I got a lot of stories and stuff to tell. We pay $19.99 for, which is weird input that you're saying you pay $19.99 for deluxes. Because what about the $23.99? When I thought that was supposed to be starting with Kingdom, that's what everybody said. I don't know what happened there. I'd say that they found out that there was such a backlash that they decided to nix the idea. In 2015, they tried to have Voyagers here from Combiner Wars for $34.99. Didn't move. They collected dust. Like they didn't sell. Nobody bought them at all. And they put them back $29.99, which is what they were, and they started selling again. My Canadian dollar will buy you 57 pence. Wow. Right? Sounds about correct. Canadian taxes are higher, and they're probably well. I mean, taxes here. That's the other thing. This is another reason why sometimes I get stuff from the U.S. Like I hear you guys talking sometimes from the U.S. about like, oh, we have 6% tax, 7% tax. Tax here, my province is 15%. Like it's not a small tax. I seen Voyagers going for 45 Canadian. Oh yeah, easy. If you're seeing them for 45, you're probably seeing them cheap. Nexus. The new sweeps figures will be Voyager. Yeah, will be Voyager scale. That's right. I'm with Triple R. The new sweeps are going to be Voyager. I don't know what will be different, though, about the sweeps and Scourge. Like, I don't know what the difference is supposed to be. I feel like there's not going to be any significant difference. Maybe, like, the paint on his beard or something. Like, I feel like it's going to be really minor. It's obviously going to be a reuse of the Scourge mold. Maybe a new head. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll pick up one of those and customize it as DevCon. Maybe, potentially, possibly, maybe. We'll see. There's also a Voyager Wreck-Gar coming. I feel like that is good for robot mode, but I feel like that's going to be too big for his bike mode. But, I mean, you can't have it all, hey? Might be in for it. Right now, my Wreck-Gar is still the Reveal the Shield, and I like that. So, I don't know. We'll see what the new one is like. If it's more Wreck-Gar-ish, probably. I'm cool with making the other 2 Wreck-Gars I have, which is the Reveal, the Shield, and the Combiner Wars into just Junkions. Like, I'm cool with that, so that'll be all right. We haven't had the whole price hike. Well, I'm glad you haven't. Only pay $18 for deluxes. Wow, you lucky man. The quality is just not as great as it used to be. Oh, no, it's absolutely not. Each year, these guys get smaller and smaller. Oh, man, tell me about it. Look. Traditionally, they were 84 grams, and I've talked about this a lot. In Siege and Earthrise, we had some smaller offerings of about 72 grams. I'm looking at you, Cliff Jumper, Hubcap, Reflector. And I was like, man, they're trying to pass that off as a deluxe. It's worse in Kingdom. Cheetor's only 61 grams. And Black Arachnia is only 38 grams. You know what else is 38 grams? Or, well, 35 grams, close enough. Titans Return Legends were 35 grams of plastic. Now, don't get me wrong. Black Arachnia has more sculpted detail. She definitely has higher engineering and more articulation, except for the hips. The hips are trash. So I get it. From a design and a sculpting and a paint perspective, I get why it is higher than a Legends. But we've already now, she is the first example of a deluxe where we have completely lost the traditional mass, where they have now officially gone with the mass of a Legends as a deluxe. What's next to go? Because they're going to start cost cutting other things next. Is it going to be the paint next? Is it going to be the engineering next? Or is it going to be even more of the articulation? I'm willing to bet that the next is going to be the paint, and they're going to get barer and barer. Pay attention, man. I'm just saying, pay attention. I want to finish. What? Finish on when I finish to retire? I don't know what that means. Hey, Mattia. I actually returned Hot Rod. Oh, because his left foot was warped. Oh, that's rough. Hey, Sovereign Knight. When I send you the chain flail for Primal, do you want to paint it or not? No, paint it, man. Go ahead, paint it. What I am worried about is this. What are they even going to do after Kingdom? Like, they reissued the Power Dashers as Weaponizers, Beast Wars. I don't know. Good question. And I'm not the one to speculate on it. I got SS86 Grimlock today. Congratulations, man. Good. I mean, I've heard good things. He's not for me. I'm not interested. I'd like to review him, but he's not for me. But you know what? I hear nothing but good things. Of course, I heard nothing but good things about a lot of the Kingdom line. So I don't know. I don't know. But congratulations, Triple R. I'm sure you'll enjoy him. He's a beautiful looking Grimmy. Sales tax here is 8.025%. Like half of what sales tax is here. Oh, far down did that go? Hey, Maximal 10. Hoping for a different face. Interesting. Cup and Blur. Hey, Devlin. Just got 86 Jazz. Corden and Spin Out. Nice. What? I'm hoping like a full for MTMTE, the Lost Light lines. Yeah, I don't see it happening because it's a very niche, small segment that knows that they're a hardcore fan segment. But like, I'm not interested in that. I don't like IDW. I don't like storytelling. I don't want to show of it. I wouldn't watch it. What a waste of my time would be. I can't support it. I'm sorry, man. I can't get behind it. Has anyone seen Starscream Wife? She's over there. I'm looking forward to Rekgar. I wonder what things he'll come with. Maybe I assume that he's also going to be much like Cup, able to come apart. We're probably going to get some different heads and some reuses of that mold to give us some more of the Junkions. That would be my guess. Hey, Deluxe. It is an underrated gem. The RTS Rekgar is an underrated gem. I bought him in an alley by a pool hall. Pretty shady deal, but I'm glad I got him. They might do a Unicron. Yeah, they might do Unicron trilogy. I agree. Hey, Panda. I can't, Panda. So I think what I'm going to do is... think I'm going to do that. There you go. That's all the patience I have for that. If you were here from the beginning of the show, then you know why I can't. Yeah, less plastic after Hasbro started using more plastic in Siege. They used more plastic in some. Hey, Tanya. What's my thoughts on the Luan Resource Optimus Prime? Gigantic. Brilliant. The 80s, the SS86 Hot Rod. See, like again, like Devlin is saying, like the 86 SS Hot Rod is a dope figure. Is it really though? Is it really? Because I've seen a lot of people complain that it doesn't line up in transformation. I've heard that the arms and the articulation there is pretty wonky. That is what I try to avoid, because now I'm built up. And if he's anything less than amazing and fantastic and dope, then I'm going to grade it hard and be harsh on it and say, this is trash. Boys, you got to stop. If it's not part of my life, like, don't. Nothing is going to change. Transformers will be just fine. I would not assume that. But Deluxe, I love your optimism, buddy. I think the writing's on the wall for Hasbro, to be honest with you. If they keep going, like they're a sinking ship right now if they keep going the way they're going. Even though they had reported strong numbers, but there's more to that than meets the eye too. I think that George Dean and Bot Posting stated it beautifully. Hasbro is trying to make Transformers into posable action figures instead of Transformers. Transformers are different than action. You're right. They are. I'm a legend. Hardly. I am hardly a legend, Michael. Thank you. SS Hot Rod, not good. Looks good, but rest sucks. Now, see, looks are only 1/3. I can't say I like SS Hot Rod. Yeah, you had a problem. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm caught up. Let's go down through the news. We're going to run through this. We know now next week that I got a couple of reviews coming up. I'm going to push for the season finale. Right now, I got to isolate. So it's not much I can do. I'm stuck here, so I might as well work for you guys. I'll show this stuff after. Let's run through the news. So very first thing, Unicron. Some people got their Unicron. Apparently he's going to really ship in March, but some people have him already, I think in Asia for whatever reason. Not going to lie. I'm really glad I didn't go in on it. It's not for me. It's really not. I don't like every review that I've seen in English or in another language has said the same thing, that he needs the stand, that he absolutely really needs the stand because he's too big, too cumbersome to handle without it. I don't want my Unicron to have a stand. I'm not interested in that. The way you put the stand in, it also seems cumbersome. The transformation is a lot of panels moving. Okay, it's a lazy transformation, I guess. The gray in the Ma is inaccurate. The soft rubbery plastic for his spikes, I wouldn't want the soft rubbery plastic. I feel like the rings are really hollow. The articulation is all there, but the range of motion on some of it is iffy. I do like the way the arms transform. I'll give credit where credit is due there. I like the battle damaged face. I'll give credit where credit is due there. I don't really like the Galvatron or the Hot Rod. I don't know, what a waste. I do like the Arc. I'll give credit where credit is due. When I look at the articulation, everything that thing can do, my cell can do with a better range of motion. What do you want? I don't know. I'm happy with my purchase. If you backed it and you're happy with it and you're excited for it, cool. I don't like the size. I find it too big. I find it obnoxious. I can't even imagine where I'd put it. It's not for me. I said that a long time ago, but now that I'm seeing reviews, it's just confirming for me that, yeah, I'm glad I didn't spend again, using Canadian funds here, the $905 to $935 that he would have been. You got to look at it, I mean, geographically there, right? And that's what it would have been here. And the reason for the range, it depends on the taxes in individual provinces. So, it is what it is. It's not for me. If it's for you, cool. But it's nothing about it for me. I don't see it as a grail. I don't even see it as good. It's not for me. Flame Toys showed off their Kuru Kara Kuri Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. Looks beautiful. It is highly stylized. It is $400 US. It has LEDs and it stands 21 centimeters tall. I don't know if that doesn't really strike me as big for $400, but whatever. What do I know? I do love purple. It's my favorite color, so that's why I like Nemesis Prime. Rescue Bots, Bot Racers. That was in a listing. I don't know what that is, but okay, sure, why not? We had other listings for Studio Series and Kingdom. They were all kind of generic. There were a couple of little tidbits in there that we'll get into in a few moments, such as the Target 4-pack for Kingdom. Don't know what this Target 4-pack is. I assume it's going to be mold reuses of some sort. I'm not sure what would make sense at this point based on the molds we have, but it might be a reference to molds that we don't even have yet. T-Rex, Maximal T-Rex, is also going to be a Target exclusive. That makes sense. It's a red use of Beast Wars Megatron. I'm not in for it because he wasn't on the show. The only Beast Wars I want are the Beast Wars that were on the show. So, but some people will want him. I'm not planning on hunting him down. What else do we have? Commander Rodimus was confirmed, as was the Titan Arc. Word is that the Titan Arc is the last of the Titans and that the robot mode is the last Autobot. If you want a Titan Arc, cool. I'm not in for it. I'm out for that price point for really a made-up Titan, so to speak. No thanks. It's not for me. I'm sure it's beautiful. I'd like to look at it. It's not the first Titan that I passed over. Look at you, Predaking. Didn't bother. It just didn't work for my collection. That's all. It's not that it's bad. It just sometimes some of this stuff just doesn't work for my collection. Commander Rodimus, I said it last week. Commander Rodimus is now confirmed. It's going to be a Voyager Rodimus, I suspect, with his trailer and a ton of accessories. Probably all the accessories that come with SS-86 would be my guess. Am I right? No, I don't know. It's pure speculation. Do not go to anyone and say, hey, this is what GotBot said. I'm taking a guess, man. I'm taking a guess that that's what it's going to be, and they're going to try and call it Commander. Let's see here. I got to go up here a bit. I really like the Headmaster one better, talking about Hot Rod. Yeah, honestly, Ken, it's hard to top that because the Headmaster one is actually quite good. No, really, you state your mind and you don't put up with hateful I don't. No, look, I say all the time, there's a lot of people in this world that don't like me, man. I'm heading toward my mid-40s. I don't care. And I'm not wasting my time on it anymore, Plus, the reason I do what I do here, and I call it the true review, is because I am as honest with you as I possibly can be. I do my best to be as objective as possible, which is really, really hard. Like, with Cheetor, for example, His overall objective score, I think, had him at about an 8 because objectively, he's fine. But subjectively, I have a lot of problems with him. Subjectively, I have a problem with the mask, for example. But objectively, like he's designed fine. So I have to grade it objectively, but I always have to put it in with the caveat of what I think subjectively. What? Hey, Dennis, at David K's Anna, what? Can you help me get my ER Optimus trailer signed by David K? No, I don't. I've never talked to David K. I don't think I no. I would if I could, but I don't think I could. I don't think he would talk to me. Should I pick up SS86? I wouldn't know. Look, Studio Series 86 is not a part of my life. I haven't watched a review. I know nothing about anything from 86. I'm the wrong guy. It's not a part of my world. It's not here. So I'm the wrong guy to ask Sovereign. I know nothing about it other than the pictures that have happened to come across my eyes. As for Depressed Cup, he is weird. I don't know, man. Like I done a ton of work on the Titans Return. I'll check out that one when it comes out, but I'm not sold on it. I got to be honest. I'm not sold on it. I never really was interested in Unicron either. Even the engineers advertised. It looked like they were cringing at the promotional videos. Asia always gets the stuff first. It does. Yeah, Asia always does. You're right. I have a friend in Hong Kong who gets them first, and a reviewer in Singapore seems to get them months ahead. Yeah. Can't wait to buy Unicron in 6 months for the price of a new car. Here's the thing. People are like, I'm going to have a second one, and I'm going to sell it for $2,000. That's only if somebody's sucker enough to buy it. Like, here's the thing. Here's the only two thoughts that go through my head with Unicron. A fool and his money are soon parted, and a sucker's born every minute. I've seen them listed for like $2,000, $1,500, $2,000 in the aftermarket. But the question is, are they actually selling? It's one thing to list it for something. It's another for it to actually sell. And if so, who is buying it? Like, how hollow is your life if you are going to spend $2,000 on, let's be realistic, a collectible? Like, it's not even a piece of usable furniture. It's just going to sit there and look obnoxious. Unicron is a big investment. If I liked him better as a character, maybe. I don't really like him. Fair enough. I'd love a Unicron-sized Fortress Maximus. That'd be cool. Let me have a city mode for my living room floor. No HasLab Unicron for me. Besides, Unicron ended up being a loser. So there's that. Hey, Red Brick. Maybe off topic, and I haven't been around as long as others. That's fine, man. Do you collect G1 Joes? You know what's funny? I do have some Joes. I've never reviewed them or anything. I do have some Joes. And when they said about the 3 3/4 scale coming out like in 2020 or whatever it was, I was like, man, I'm totally in for it. Joes haven't shown up here either. They're, again, not a part of my world, sadly. I could really use a General Hawk. I could use a new Gung Ho. I could use a new Roadblock. I don't need another Snake Eyes. But there's a few, and I don't need another Cobra Commander. I could use that Destro. So that's where my jam is. If I could get them. I've gotten into getting the originals. That's fine. I got the Raven and the Bat. Nice, man. Nice. Really nice. I was buying a house for the first time. Also, I don't have the space for them. There you go. Like, some of us are, some of us got other bills and stuff, right? But I am in the market for a good Unicron. Look, sell. Now, to be fair, he's kind of overpriced now, too. When I got mine, it was still Zeta. And I got mine for $300 CAD shipped. That's a third of the cost of what Unicron was. It's hard to argue with it, man. The only thing that HasLab has going for it, if anything, is size. And, like, even the size. Oh, man, I dropped something. Even the size doesn't, like, it's so funny. I saw the picture where the size was next to Fortress Maximus, and everybody said, I thought he'd be bigger. How big do you expect this to be? Like seriously. I don't understand people. I really The older I get, the less I understand people, honestly. To each their own. You know what? That pen is junk. I just broke that pen. Gonna take a new one. I don't know. How big do you want it? I mean, it's not going to scale. It would have to be the size of a skyscraper to scale anyway. Otherwise, this is superior in every way. I know you hate Unicron Trilogy. I will respect. I could, what? Add Siege Omega Supreme to rival my Tidal Wave. I don't think Tidal Wave should be a Titan. Tidal Wave should be a Commander. He's big, but he's more in the line of like Jetfire big than he is in the line of Metroplex big. So I'd say Commander. I'd say Commander is Tidal Wave's groove, honestly. As we go down here, I want a 7-foot Unicron. Where would you put, like, that literally would not fit in my house. Like, I don't even know if all my ceilings would allow that. That would be hilarious to see, though. That would be hilarious to see. Okay, going on down through. What else do we have here? Apparently there was a B roll and convert and a B roll and combine. I assume this part of the Buzzworthy line. Again, Buzzworthy's not here. It's not part of my world. Don't care because it seems like a trash line. Beast Wars movie. Apparently in production. I heard that it wasn't. I heard that it was down to Beast Wars or B sequel, and that the B sequel one was being done first. Maybe eventually Beast Wars. But if Beast Wars is being worked on, cool. Apparently it's called Beast Alliance. Weird. And the word is that it takes place in the 1990s. It's part of the Bumblebee movie timeline. And it will be kind of like a heist movie that will go from Brooklyn to South America. Okay, cool, I guess. Weird. I don't want to see Beast Wars characters interacting with modern day humans. That's not what Beast Wars is. Beast Wars went back to prehistoric times. That's why they had beast modes. How are they going to get these beast modes otherwise? If they just show up and got beast modes, it's not going to work. If they go to like prehistoric Earth and somehow go through a time vortex or something again, like they did to get there, to get out of it, maybe that could work, but you'd have to explain it well. So I don't know. I'm excited to hear more about it, but I'm that excitement is coming with a little bit of like, let's pay some attention here, babies, because you don't know if this is actually going to be good or not. I mean, we all saw that Cheetor concept art from a few years ago, right? Just saying, just throwing it out there. What else do we have? Fans Hobby. Fans Hobby showed off their Hose-Head. He looks beautiful. Hose-Headed or Cab, if you will, if you're a fan of the Japanese fiction. He goes really well with their Minerva and their Go Shooter. Looks beautiful. Looks the right scale with them as well. They showed off their Energon Optimus Prime, Fatimus Prime. And you know what? Man, oh man, does that thing, even though it's just a prototype and it's like in almost like a glow-in-the-dark green, it has such potential. The main Optimus robot mode, I mean, it's not a great design. So he still looks kind of chunky with smaller limbs, but that's the way it's supposed to be. But it doesn't look as bad as what we actually got officially. It's a little more streamlined and a little more slimmed out, but he does have a bit of a backpack. That said, he does still seem to have a pretty wide range of articulation. Not perfect, but pretty wide range. Then we get to his trailer, which I like. His trailer is modular. It looks like it's 4 parts that go together to make his trailer. But you could have all 4 next to each other. You could have 2 on top of 2. You could have 1 on top of 3. You could set them up in any number of ways, and they all expand and open up to create a base mode naturally. I think it's a win. Fans Hobby, man, knocking it out of the ballpark again. What else did they show off? Was that it? Big backpack. I think that's it. Then we had Hasbro having their Q4 or fourth quarter financials. Apparently everything is going ship-shape wonderful thanks to the acquisition of E1, where they're working on a number of cinematic and streaming properties. They talked about a lot of revenue being up. Revenue would be up after the whole like lockdown and stuff through the majority of the year. Yes, revenue would be up. I looked at the numbers and whatnot, and I looked at them thinking about the price increases, certainly that we've had here. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. As I'm going through it, I see your expenditures are going less and less and less, but your profit is going up. And it's because you're using a method of reducing costs and increasing price. That the problem with that is that it can't last forever. And I'd say you pretty much reached your limit, man. So be interesting to see where they go in the next couple of years. But I'm not confident in them. Not at this point, not without some changes. Bumblebee Evergreen Warrior multi-pack for $49.99 was announced. No other information. Nothing. The Evergreen design was somewhat associated with it. I assume this is part of the Buzzworthy line as well, but it's so out there that I don't know what it could be. A multi-pack for $49.99 US? I don't know. A few Warrior class from like Cyberverse or something, maybe. We already talked about Studio Series, Wrecker, and the Sweeps. They're also doing a movie Thrust, which is basically Studio Series Starscream in green. That being said, well, I'm not in for it for Thrust, and some people would be because apparently that's the whole squid head guy being a green Thrust. I do like the fact that he's green, and maybe that could be a basis for a custom Liege Maximo. Possibly, potentially. Who knows? We could see. I saw their Monopoly, which looked so cool. But what cracked me up is everything is very Transformer-esque. And then you get to in jail and just visiting, and that's your traditional Monopoly, you know, the guy behind the bars, right? And then we get to the police, and it's the policeman with the whistle. Like the corners, go is go. And I can't remember what the other corner is now offhand, but like all the corners are not Transformified. They're just the corners of Monopoly that we've always known and loved. What else do we have? Moon Studios showed their I hope I'm saying this right, Getsui and Yukikaze, which is basically two of the train bots that form Raiden. They each stand about 9 inches tall, so I think they're supposed to be MP sized. I'd love for a mainline Raiden. That'd be great. But you know what? Good on them for doing it. Are you stepping on Takara's toes? I don't know. Maybe. When was the last time you heard anything about this project from Takara? Maybe not. Who knows? Before I finish this, let's go back and check with you guys a little bit here. I know I've definitely missed some stuff. Star Wars Transformer crossover, Unicron Death Star. Well, they already did a Death Star. It's down in one of the scraplets rooms, to be honest with you. Tidal wave scale changes depending on the media. So it could be Titan or it could be maybe, but I don't. Here's the problem with him being Titan. I don't buy a boat being as big as a city. It's a boat. They could be huge, but they're not the size of a city. And Metroplex is a city. So, ergo, Tidal Wave shouldn't be as big as a city. But I do think he should be bigger than most. So, Commander, I would say Broadside probably fits in the same thing. Hey, Boss Gunny. Who wouldn't be dumb enough to come back? What? Who would be dumb enough to back another HasLab project? Here's the thing that nobody talks about. Does everybody forget that project limped its way to the finish line? First, it was just the US. Then it was the US, Canada, and Mexico. And then it was over in the UK. And all of a sudden, overnight, it went from 6,000, and it was struggling. And magically, the next day, it was over 8,000. I don't believe for a second that anything about that was legit. I think that everything to do with that was a disaster from the get-go. Yeah, I saw I have the Death Star. I've reviewed the Death Star Vader. Tidal wave scale varies. Yeah. Beast Wars. I still think Commander because a boat's not a city. Beast Wars movie news was released by website now for clickbait, and it might have been released for clickbait input. I could totally believe it, honestly, because what I heard contradicts that. What I heard is that the B movie is being done, and right now anything Beast Wars is put on the back burner. I wouldn't even take it as rumor. I would be really skeptical about it. It's a cool concept to hear, but I would be really skeptical about it. Tidal wave scale varies, blah, blah. I already read that. I heard that they are both in the same, what? I heard that they are both the same movie. Interesting, Triple R. Tigatron, I got a nail in my paw. Pulling out Cheetor. Land of the Lost. The main takeaway I've had for the Beast Alliance premise is that it sounds like it's made for Rat Trap, maybe. It'll be trash, I'm sure. As far as reporting on Beast Alliance didn't come from the most reliable sources. Yeah, I tend to agree with you guys. Why is the idea of a sweep stupid? Unless you think because just get Scourge. I guess I could see that. He can be repainted. Look, Rat Trap can be repainted all he wants. I hate it. I really do. I don't think it works well. I don't think it looks good. There's nothing about it I like. It's not going to be a glowing review. Trust me. I think BotCon did it best with the turquoise and yellow sweep 3-pack. Yes, I agree. How hard would it be to build an 8-foot Fort Max? Well, Grimlock, you tried. If anybody can do it, I believe you can do it, buddy. Since I gave you a handful of questions and answers, I won't participate, to be fair. That's fair. The what? He says, what I want for okay. And I know I'm skipping some stuff here. Only time Tidal Wave was Titan size was its PS2 game. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Our super chat, super fan Razor Bear, clearing it all up for us. And on eBay, the HasLab Unicron goes. Now, is it that it actually goes for stupid money, Dragonfly, or is that it's posted for stupid money? There's a difference. I have 3 Scourges. Well, la-ti-da, Jay. Some of us don't even have that series here. But if you want a Cliff Jumper or a Satellite Soundwave, I got those for you, man. I got those for you. With how poor some of the Kingdom figures are for you, good thing I gave you those other bits. Yes, honestly, maximal 10. HasLab prices are absurd. Yeah, I have no doubt that they are. I don't agree with it as a concept, but that's just me. Okay, so going on, we're going to finish this off. Transformers, the Moon had more of the deleted scenes and whatnot. This one was from the Immobilizer. If you're into deleted scenes and extended scenes and stuff, check it out. Rumor, movie masterpiece, Optimus Prime from the B movie. If any version of Optimus from the movies deserves the MP treatment, it's probably that. That being said, I actually have a big discussion coming up for patrons and channel members about several of the QC issues with MP and whether MP is actually MP, going right from MP1 up to MP 52. I think that's what Starscream is, 52. I don't know. I'm not an MP guy. What else do we have here? Oh, and Authentics apparently has a Bravo barricade and an Alpha Shockwave. The barricade is extremely blue and looks like something I'd pick up from Dollarama for $3. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look like barricade. I think it's supposed to be reminiscent of the way he looked in The Last Night, I think. And then we have the Shockwave. The Shockwave very much in robot mode looks like the Cyberverse Shockwave. But that being said, while it looks like the Cyberverse Shockwave, he turns into like a ship or something. It's not that weird crawling spider thing. He seems to turn into a ship. Take that for what it is, right? My mom and grandma might have the thing. I got tested for the thing this week. It was negative, thankfully. NPM Ratchet has no QC issues. I wouldn't know. Jay, I don't have that. I would get that NPM Prime. I don't know. I mean, here's the funny part. Like Jay said, he'll get the NPM Prime. Here's the funny part. I have found, except for Ironhide, because that was trash, but I have found the NPMs to generally be better than the regular MPs. Take that for what it's worth. Speaking of Liege Maximo, I'd like to see them resurrect the Cybertronian Empire from G2. Yeah, that would be good. Let's see as we go down here. By the way, TF Fangeek, I hope the best for you and your family. Absolutely, 100%. I don't know if I said that or not, but if I didn't, I certainly do. That stuff is sold a lot at the dollar store. No, actually, you know where Authentics is sold here? Walmart. That's where Authentics is sold here. Yes, some have sold for over 1,000. Uptown was 2,000. Fools. Anybody who has spent that on that is a fool. My MP49 was scuffed from the factory. Like, really? Like, for the money that you're dishing out for that, no, it shouldn't be scuffed. It shouldn't even be able to scuff. What I have planned for the Seacons, Starseekers Insignias. Starseeker Insignias. I don't know what a Starseeker is, but okay, you do you. That sounds like a comics thing. MPM 07B is good. Actually, it's funny. I have MPM 07B here that eventually I'm going to review. So you're saying no QCJ? I'll be the judge of that, buddy. You know how hard I am on things. If I give it a pass, it probably deserves it. Somebody said the other day, I don't know, but it was Jay, but somebody said the other day that I'm the most critical reviewer that they know. Probably. Sounds right. I'm a cranky old man. That sounds right. Okay, so that's all the news. So that brings us down. Oh, we have to do the trivia. Trivia time. Let's do the trivia. We haven't seen Starscream Wife in here. She's probably doing her own thing. So we're just going to do the trivia. Are you doing the trivia tonight? Nah, she's not even paying attention. Okay, so trivia tonight brought to us by not friend of the channel Dragonfly, but rather Blue Raccoon. So I thank him. This is our trivia for tonight. Everybody pay attention. Gather around now. Listen in. In G1, who was the Autobot aboard the second Decepticon ship? That being the ship that crashed into the ocean to become their underwater base. Who was the one Autobot who was on that ship? Was it A, Hound? Was it B, Huffer? Was it C, Mirage? Or was it D, Jazz? Who was on that ship that crashed in the ocean to become their base? Was it A, Hound, B, Huffer, C, Mirage, or D, Jazz? Mirage, C. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. You guys got it right. Of course, you got it right. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay. For those who have come in late, coming up next week, I have Rat Trap, I have Vertebrake, and I'll see what else I come up with. I'm also diligently planning to work, as long as I'm trapped home here, I'm diligently planning to work on the season finale. That brings me to what I've been working on this week. So I showed you guys last week, I said how Dragonfly sent me, and by the way, it's an epoxy, sent me the like most anyway of the Centurion pack. There's still some stuff to come, and I showed this. This is the Optimus rifle, and I showed this. This is the Ironhide drill thing, custom painted, and I think I showed the axe, which I did with wood stain, a hickory stain. So what else have I been working on? The backpack. The backpack I actually did in red and white. And again, like I know right here, I know that the focus isn't great because it's the webcam, but we'll do a sensible review of all this. I had to do a bit of cutting, a bit of sanding, a bit of work on this. And the mold wasn't absolutely perfect, but it's close enough. This is the backpack. It's done in the colors of Sideswipe's backpack from G1, being red with white. Now, arguably, the white should probably be silver, but it's the way it was in the animation, so you know me, that's what I went with. I think last week I also showed you guys the radar dish that's just done in gray. You know, it's a nice gray. Then this is what I've been sort of working on in the evenings this week. I have 3. These are actually part of the arc that came with Dark of the Moon or Revenge of the Fallen or something. They're actually 3 of the, I don't know what you call it. They're parts of a space bridge, and there's 3 of them. I painted them upside down. They're actually supposed to be this way, put in the arc. I'm going to find a different way to do it instead of like a triangulation for a space bridge. So I have them painted silver with a bit of like red on them. Then I also have this. This is the Cliff Jumper gas gun. This is done in silver. I have a couple of Crimzeeks here that were painted by Dragonfly. Though the red face on this little blue lad was not painted. I painted the red face, but I had a clear one. And again, I used that hickory stain, and this is how he turned out. And I have it painted red. There's a picture. I haven't posted it yet, but I do have a picture of him next to the actual Crimzeek that comes with the Reflector 3-pack that I'm going to end up showing. I showed it to Maximal 10, and he was like, man, they're like pretty close. Then I used a metallic blue. You're definitely not going to be able to see this now, but I used a metallic blue on Bumblebee's blaster. Love how this turned out. It's gorgeous. I just need a Bumblebee to put it with, right? But the 2 big ones that I worked on this week, the hardest ones because of detail, was Shockwave, who is done in purple with silver on the front and silver highlights on the side. And the part sticking up, I just didn't paint it. I left it. And the hardest one of them all. Oh, man, this was brutal. This was brutal to paint. Reflector. Reflector is done in like a lavender color. He has several gray highlights. The lens and the flash both have silver. There's like a gray detail on the top and bottom, and then a red line. You probably can't see it, and what a shame that is because of the light. But don't worry, we will be taking a look at it. Then we come to what I was working on today, and it is the paint on this lad. Now, I know he looks really weird right now. Obviously, he's a work in progress. I have the front legs removed. They need to go on. I am very concerned about paint scraping on these ball joints. I may have to deal with that a different way. I have noticed a couple of areas of paint scraping. I don't know if I'll bother to cut it back or if I'll just attack it in a different fashion. But he's coming along. I think that this blue is a bit darker and a bit more what I want. The gold is certainly still not done. But what I wanted to show, and this is why I still have the like cheetah head up. What I wanted to show, and I don't know if you can see it, is, if you can, great. But I have his teeth done white and I have his tongue done red. So I actually colored that in. And I've clear coated that. So that actually now can go down in position. Oh, and I guess I'll show this. This is, I don't know, man, I'm getting a lot of glare here. I don't know if I can fix it, man. But right there, I don't know if you can see it, but it's Cheetor's head. The face is done with that darker blue now. The back of the head is also done in blue. The gold, not done. So I still got to do that. He is a work in progress, but coming along. As soon as it's done, I'll show you the before and after. Fingers crossed that it turns out all right. I'm just going to check in with you guys here now. Let's see. As we go down here. That was one of my favorite episodes. I'm assuming you're talking about the one that the trivia was. The survival rate for is supposed to be over 99.8. Not point. All you need to be is that 0.01%. But you know what? Fingers crossed for everyone. Decepticon Mirage was one of our favorites from last year. You know what? I like Decepticon Mirage. I got nothing against them, honestly. I call him Facade, but I got nothing against him. Made a handful of questions for your girlfriend, sister. Yeah, you told me that a couple of times. I hope she gets them. Like, I hope she, gets the answers right. Jetpack looks like rocket turkey. I get that. Ryan, you were right. I had to settle for the Selects Shattered Glass Ratchet because I could not get the Earthrise one. I might send the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime to you. I don't need it if you want it. Actually, I have the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. I appreciate that a ton, Devlin. But if I got the Shattered Glass Optimus, I can tell you now, he would only end up becoming a giveaway, which in and of itself might be a cool thing. But I appreciate the generosity. I don't actually need the guy. Love the guy. Love him. I'm hoping Earthrise Ratchet gets retooled, repainted into Flatline. That'd be interesting. I didn't think I'd be down for that. I got no problem with that mold. I'm using Siege Ratchet and Ironhide for mine. Garage. Go down here. I got it because I'm an essential worker. I survived, thankfully. Prayers to all who are dealing with it. Wow. Well, you know what? My hat's off to your fish strength and fitness. Honestly, you know what? It's people like you that keep us going in the most trying and most difficult of times. And a huge thank you to everyone who day in, day out keeps going out and working to keep the world going. Everybody from the doctors and nurses to the retail workers to our truck drivers to, you know, the unsung heroes of every day. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. I've been here an hour. It's been fun. This was a bit of a more leisurely show after what's been a stressful, wild week. I hope going into the weekend, you guys have a fantastic time. Hope some of my mail shows up. We've also had 2 storms this week while I'm recovering from my accident from a couple of weeks. Well, yeah, a couple of weeks ago. So having to shovel out from a couple of storms, that's also been fun. Anyway, it's been fun spending time with you guys. You guys always make me smile, man. Always make me smile. I appreciate you coming by, give me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course, hit the join button right here on YouTube, baby, and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button. Hang out, man. Have some fun with us. And don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you do make a difference. And I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or tomorrow when we look at Black Arachnia inside the videos.